Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And just like that, we're back. Masters and None, episode 199.
Episode 199, and we here. We live. We live. Make sure if there's anybody in the chat, let us know if you guys can hear as well. So that's what we got. Masters and None podcast, episode 199.
199.
Next week is 200, bro.
Next week is 200. Remember we did last time for 100? Yeah, I like that. You getting erotic on me? Is this like a Knicks thing? They get into the playoffs.
Knicks, baby. Knicks Nation, baby.
You start getting spicy. Whoa, I didn't even know you knew that.
Tempranito, bro.
Yeah, I like that. That just gave me a whole different wave of energy. Hit it one more time. What's up?
Yeah, come on, bro.
All right, go ahead. Bring us in, man.
Baby, let's go. All right, so that's what we got. Masters and None podcast, episode 199. Thank you guys for checking in. As you can see, I got my Knicks apparel on. Why? Because tonight is game 5. We are tied 2-2 with the Indiana Pacers, and this cannot happen. We are not having another Reggie Miller year. We are not going to lose to the Indiana Pacers in the playoffs. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Indiana Pacers going down tonight. So that's tonight, 8 o'clock. Check in. Stay for this full episode, and then go support my Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. No one even knows where Indiana is on the map. That's crazy. How could they possibly? I'll tell you one thing, though. If the Knicks go to the finals and win, they're going to burn this fucking city to the ground. The fans. Do you think it was bad when Seattle won the Super Bowl? If New York hasn't won a basketball championship since like the 70s.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think you're right.
I think it was like 78. Yeah. Bro, they'll burn that. They'll burn the Garden to the ground.
Nah.
I don't want them to.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think Knicks fans are a little different. Knicks fans unite in a way.
No, they're going to unite to commit arson in the streets. And it's going to be in celebration. Yeah. Everybody's insured. We live in a country where they force us to do this. And that's why things like this could happen. Nobody's going to feel bad when they light a Mercedes on fire and push it into the middle of Times Square because insurance is going to cover that guy's car.
Damn it. You might be right.
Yeah. Flipping cars. Just, really happy about their team winning. And then the parade's going to happen and it's going to be not as crazy.
Not even close.
No, but it's going to be some crowds committed there too.
So I'm going to finish this intro.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. So I just want the people to know what they can, how you guys can get in touch with a little bit more of our content. Make sure that you guys check out the live stream. If you're in here right now, if you're coming in after, we appreciate it. Just check out the live episode. If you can't, check out the full episode in our archive under the live tab, because that's where they put our live podcast streams once they repost as full videos. And check us out on audio on all audio podcast listening platforms, your favorite ones. I'm talking about Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you find your favorite audio podcasts, as well as iHeartRadio now. So you can check us out there. Check us out also live on Twitch, also live on Kick, and we also are posting videos to Rumble. So we appreciate you guys, and we're here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. If you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast listening platform, Berto is going to make sure that you jump in here and you get down on this Discord. You harass us in this Discord. Or you just join the Discord just so you can contribute to the topics and the things that we talk about in there. With that said, the New York Knicks, I don't think that when the Knicks win the finals, that all that crazy stuff is going to happen in the city. I'm praying that it doesn't, because there is crazy stuff that's going on in the cities. Like crazy stuff in New York City that's happening.
Yeah, dude, people getting punched in the face. Our beloved celebrities directly that are from here, grassroots celebrities just getting punched in the mouth. Our guy, Steve Buscemi, how's that pronounced? How's his last name pronounced?
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi got punched in the eye, ended up going to the hospital. Two things. I got two feelings about this. A, how dare you punch that guy? All right, he played a pivotal part in Con Air, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I mean, he was Nucky Thompson, bro.
Yeah, and what's that, Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did think one thing was interesting. When he did get punched, everybody was... all the articles that I read, like nobody knew his condition. They were like, his condition's unknown and he's in the hospital. I'm like, damn, how hard did they punch this dude?
Nah, that's his PR people that, they just were like, probably like, no, don't run that. He's one of the chosen ones. Buscemi's good in Hollywood. They send him to, Ray Donovan went over to the press and was like, you know, he's not
good.
quite a guy. You know,
Yeah.
that you can't write about, but he's almost a guy you can't write about.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So they had to keep that on the low, but that's crazy because he's like 60. What is he? 66? I think he's 66 years old.
But this is like a trend. Do you remember that guy? They just caught the guy that was punching all those women in the back of the head.
That is so insane.
That was punching all these women. And then there was the other guy. So I don't want to go off too far. There was a guy that was punching a bunch of women. They just caught him, I think, last week. He punched like 6 chicks before they caught him too, which is crazy to me. And then they had the guy 2 weeks ago that lassoed that chick with the belt.
Oh, around the neck and
Around
dragged
the
her,
neck
right?
and just
That happened in
dragged
New
her.
York City?
I don't know, but I thought it did.
Oh, I thought we were talking about New York. I didn't know where that
I
happened.
thought it
saw
did
the
happen
video.
in New York. Yeah,
That's
I believe it
crazy.
did happen in New York.
Wow.
You know, she didn't even report that.
What are you talking about? She didn't report that.
She didn't report that.
Why would she not report being lassoed around the throat and dragged backwards? If you guys haven't seen his video, it's insane. A guy walks up with a belt, like with the belt fed through the buckle, so there's a loop on it. He goes up behind this woman, throws it around her neck, tightens it, and then puts it over his back and drags her down the road, like down the sidewalk. And she did not report that to the police?
The article that I read said it was reported like a couple weeks later, like in a coincidence when somebody was watching the video for something else, and that for whatever reason, I don't know how this is relevant, but this woman had been previously charged with like petty larceny and possession of drugs, and which put an idea in my head as like, oh, this is just like a domestic situation between two fiends. This isn't what we thought it was. Still messed up, still grimy.
I got you.
But it's like, it's not the first. The way he threw that belt, dude, that guy could lasso. He could have called a dog. He could have called whatever. He could have called a squirrel. Like
He hunts for the team.
Yeah, 100%. He's the hunter for the team. She's obviously the gatherer, and there was a disagreement between the two of them that led to, dude, she goes out so quick, her body just goes limp. That belt must have been tight because the second he pulls her out, she just,
Bro, you get choked out in 6 to 8 seconds.
dude, she went out faster than that. She was out quick, but still, that guy. So there's a lot of these weird like attacks that are happening in New York right now where people are just attacking people for no reason. It's not even like a gang initiation thing. It's just psychopaths.
Bro, this is the brutal reality of society when they think that there's no consequences to doing stuff. There's a reason why law matters. There's a reason why the police matter. There's a reason why certain instances, certain legislation and stuff, you need it.
Yeah.
There are so many people by nature that are animals, bro. They're animals. And the only thing that stops them from coming in your house and ripping your family apart is the idea that they're going to be put in a cage for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Or, but some of these people are also crazy and they have none of that thought process. But at least there'd be consequences. Now there's like no consequences. They just let you out. Like no bail.
Yeah, it's like the theft in California. It's like there's no consequences. So what's going to happen? It's like all these people are going to, there's an entire economy in California of like thievery. I watched this YouTube documentary, and I don't mean that to downplay it because I think that YouTube's even better than like modern day television.
Yeah, but you say it in that way because people are going to say it's not. Yeah, maybe it's not legit, but a lot of these are more legit than what you think is legit when you're watching A&E or ID.
Yeah, dude, this is like guerrilla documentary. This guy's on the streets with these bippers, the guys who are stealing stuff, and he goes through like the whole economy. Like these guys will steal stuff for drug money, sell it to like undocumented people, and then the undocumented people will have like tables on the street, and then they sell it to regular people at like low prices. They're the fencers, and it's like this circle of like fiends robbing, selling to them for for the low to get drugs, and then them selling to feed their families or whatever they're doing with the money.
Damn, this is like real life eBay.
Yeah, dude,
this is like 3D eBay.
Yeah, and they're stealing the weirdest shit. It's like it's all like hygiene products for whatever reason. It's a lot of shampoos and like deodorant.
It depends on I wonder what stores are in the area that they're hitting.
Walgreens.
Yeah, it's probably the only shit that's not locked up anymore. All of these companies are investing millions of dollars in like container cabinet like security cabinetry
Yeah.
in all of these aisles. Have you been to Walmart or anything like
Dude,
that?
I was just going to say, the last time I was in Walmart, all the white tees were locked up.
Bro, everything is locked up. The white tees are locked up. The jeans are locked up. The regular t-shirts, like everything, bro. You got to have it's like a vending machine that's being manned by a person now.
Yeah.
And
Which is crazy.
people have to go and just unlock it. I mean, it's craziness, dude.
Dude, the draws. I went over there to buy underwear for my dad, and my dad loves Jorge, which is the George brand, the Walmart brand.
Oh, yeah?
And I went over to get some George underwear for my pops, and they were locked behind a thing. I'm like, who's stealing underwear? Like, who's stealing it enough for them to invest in somebody to lock it behind a glass door, you know?
It's at a point now where I think people that wouldn't have stolen before are starting to steal because it's just a good idea. They're just like, there's no overhead. I don't need a store. I don't need a business. I'm not getting in trouble. They're allowing people to acquire product with no buy-in. There's no investment to get this stuff. Otherwise, if these people use this same mentality and were able to get their hands on like $5,000, like somebody lend them $5,000 or whatever, or $1,000, and buy, a bunch of clippers for a decreased price on eBay or something like that, or on some wholesale site, and then sell them the same way they're doing this, it would be the same thing. They could just do it legally. Clearly, these people that are obtaining these things understand the concept of getting your hands on something in bulk, busting it down and selling it. They understand the concept. So if they just would pool their money and get like a skid of clippers instead of stealing, you have a business. Why are you stealing? You're creating a business. You're just incriminating yourself in the process. Do it the right way. Like, it's possible, bro.
That's not as sexy, bro.
It's not that it's as sexy. It's just that people don't know any better. Like, I think people think it's harder than it is.
It definitely can't be harder than slinging shampoo in the street.
No, dude.
Dude, how long it takes me to go through a bottle of shampoo?
A fucking decade?
Yeah. Can you imagine trying to sling shampoo? So trying to sling a product that people only need once every couple months?
Dude, that's you. Women go through a bottle of shampoo in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
In a week. Think about all their hair. Your wife's hair is thick and long. Imagine how much shampoo she goes through. Ask her.
A lot. That purple, her shit, she goes through so much, her shit got a pump on it.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro.
Mine, you just turn upside down and squeeze it.
Bro.
I got the 2-in-1, you know?
You see, that's the thing. You got the twist. I don't even use soap, bro.
I got the Dove 2-in-1.
I have 1 bar of soap in my shower. That's it.
Is it Defense soap?
Yes.
Well,
I have 2 bars. I have the Defense soap on the side, then I have my Dove for my regular stuff.
My girl used Defense soap the other day by mistake.
Probably burned her eyes out, right? She was like, I don't know, my nose burns.
Dude, she walked out of there so dry.
She bent down her back, like her upper back split like a pair of pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that, man. She'll dry you out for sure.
Oh,
dude.
100%.
Dude, you can smell it. You can feel it in your nose, bro. But that means it's working.
That's the only way I know it's
That
working.
means it's working. But
man, we have so many things to talk
Let's
about.
go.
Man.
Let's go, man.
So
Let's
many things to
go.
talk about. I want to start off with something I thought was very, very funny I seen this morning. There's a zoo in China that's being not accused. They are doing this. I guess they're being accused of it, and it's true, of using fake pandas. They're not essentially, they're dogs that they dyed their hair to look like pandas. And then they said, they're like, well, we're not like scamming people because it says like panda puppies, like in a small sign underneath the display. I'm like, why would you? They got 2 chow chows in there. They had me fooled, bro.
Shut up. It was
They had 2 chow chows in there, straight up looking like pandas, bro. Dyed hair, white and black, just panda looking.
What do they do when they bark?
In China they don't got those kind. They delete.
Yeah,
shit
they'll just cut the wires.
Yeah,
right?
they system restore that fucking panda with that. You see, I'm calling it a panda. They system restore that dog without that file.
They
That
make
file's-
it a panda.
Yeah, that file's missing from the registry. I'm telling you right now. Yeah,
This
that thing
tech
don't.
joke's great. I love it. Love it.
Shout out to all the people who got that joke. No,
Yeah.
but
Where's Chris and Spaz in the chat?
it's just, dude, it's so funny. It's like pandas come from here. I'm pretty sure pandas come from Asia.
I think it's the only place that they live at all, right? Unless they're in a zoo, right?
Yeah, where else? I've never seen a panda. There's no wild pandas here.
I don't think there's wild panda anywhere, I think. I think they're just completely captive. That thing is so slow and dumb. That thing would they'd wipe them things out. Are you kidding me?
Nah, I think pandas are like hippos, where they're like low key, like get it popping.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. I think like mama pandas are no joke. I think you could probably get away with fucking strangling a couple of dads, but the moms are gonna be tough to take down.
You.
Yeah, the moms know how to sprawl.
Yeah, they do. They Grammy roll.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they do 100%. You're
yeah,
right.
you better watch out. That mom will fucking Grammy roll right to a triangle.
Roll for a Nemo. Something that you think you're sneaking up on her.
That thing knows how to invert.
Yeah, 100%. That's funny, but damn, some chow chows.
Yeah, people are upset. You imagine you go to the zoo and you're like, oh, we're going to go see the pandas, and then it's just 2 dogs.
Well, I think what it is when I've been to the zoo, I've been like a few times. The animals are never near you. They're always all the way in the back against the wall. Them things are probably sleeping in the back and they can't tell what they're looking at. You know how many times we've seen a chow chow probably in the zoo?
No, you're 100%. You know what?
You know how many times I've seen a shaved golden retriever and thought I was looking at a couple of lionesses?
There was a cheetah.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
You know what? The zoo, it's funny you mentioned that about the zoo, because like you got to really plan the zoo out, because you got to be there. Like there's a good time to be at the zoo and there's a bad time. It's like you could get there and it's just packed and you can't even get to the glass and the animals are way far back. Or it's late in the day and they're all sleeping. Like you got to really prepare for a zoo visit. I don't think we're doing the zoo justice by just showing up. And I don't think they're doing us a service by not letting us know when are the prime times to be there. Like if I want to go see the Moroccan owl, I need to know when this puppy's going to be awake. We don't sleep at the same schedule.
Exactly. What they need to do is stagger them. They need to rotate them out. Yeah. You need to have different ones. I need one. I don't need one that's ready for bed. Get me one that thinks it's breakfast.
Yeah, keep that one awake while this one sleeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I want the fake lights. I want them to make this owl. I want this owl to be all fucked up.
Can we make it bigger? I want it bigger. It's a little small.
Yeah.
Let's grow this thing.
What do you mean we can't make it bigger? Bring an ostrich in. We're going to mate it with an ostrich.
Right.
Bring an ostrich in. In 6 years, we're going to have huge owls that can't fly.
Right? And then we're going to get there in 6 years. You go to the Chinese zoo and it's an ostrich spray painted like an owl with like things stuck on his head.
Are you kidding me? They're going to be cooking them things out there.
If that. It depends how much money depends on how much money the zoo generates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
I know I'd be having. I know I'd be spraying some ostriches if that thing was paying for my Lamborghini. Better believe it.
Yeah, I always think of zoos as more of like an environment that, like a safe haven for animals. I know it's not. Like it's not like it's probably better than the circus, but I always think of it's like, oh, it's like a safe haven for animals, but they generate revenue to sustain these animals by allowing people to come in and look at them. And I think that might be an optimistic viewpoint.
No, I mean, I think that's fair. I think they're cared for as well as they could be in their situation, but by this point, we've gone too far to turn back. You can't let that thing out.
No.
You can't let that thing out. That thing is going to it'll be lunch in like day one. Imagine that.
Yeah, that thing don't even speak panda.
Yeah, absolutely
no.
not.
You see,
that thing eats pizza. That thing has no idea what you're talking about.
That's what? Facts. That thing's going to be sitting at the door waiting to get fed every day at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like, where are they? Huh? Guess they'll be back tomorrow.
Right,
what's crazy? When the whales they keep captive, because whales travel very far. So for them to put them puppies in a pool and think they're going to be okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you've seen Blackfish, right? The documentary on the orca whales?
No.
Dude.
Blackfish is crazy?
Dude, that documentary got all the water parks shut down. That is what put SeaWorld out of business. That is what put this other one up in like Canada out of business. Like it's so bad the torture that they put these whales through. Dude, they're sentient beings, bro. They are smart as hell. You ever see a dolphin make a bubble ring?
Yeah.
And then cut it into little rings and spin it and watch it.
Yeah,
dude,
that blow O's.
Dude, they were saying that they pass puffer fish around because it gets them a little stoned. I swear to God.
They're also one of the only animals that have sex for pleasure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Which is, if that's not a sign of intelligence, I don't know what is.
Dude, and that's the orca whale is the same. And they showed the orca whales how bad they are. Dude, they self-mutilate and shit when they're in these tanks and stuff like that. Like they go psychotic. They have psychotic breakdowns. They go into like deep depressions. You know that wilted dorsal fin? That only happens in captivity. There are no whales with their dorsal fin like that in the wild.
Shamu? The Shamu hook?
Yeah, dude, that shit only falls down from being in captivity.
That's crazy.
Bro, it's crazy. When they split the families up, they like stop eating. They starve themselves to death. Dude, they're like people. I'm not kidding you, man. That shit is
crazy.
insane.
That's sad.
Yeah, you need to watch that, man. Now that I just ruined the whole movie and I also, made you feel terrible about it, and know that don't watch it at night. It'll make you sad.
No, but it's what you're saying is, I'm sure it's all correct. They're not like snakes, right? That a snake, they don't, in my opinion, they don't really have like emotion.
No.
Like a snake is never, I've owned snakes. All the years I've owned snakes, I've never walked into the house and the snake is happy to see me. Ever. It's just like there. It just exists. It does not care about you. They're literal, in my opinion, they're just killing machines. Only thing they do is kill and consume.
Yeah. There's a reason why they use that phrase like cold-blooded when they refer to people that are emotionless, like a snake or a crocodile.
Crocodiles are probably the same thing.
Yeah.
That dude that was keeping that crocodile in his house upstate New York. He had that crocodile for like 32 years. We talked about this.
But it was upstate New York?
It was in New York, yeah.
Damn. I had no idea. I don't remember that.
Dude, we're capable of everything. One thing we're not capable of, or maybe we just don't know what we're doing, is something that a woman did in Kansas. I think it was in Kansas. Let me see. Oh, no, excuse me. It was in Michigan. There was a woman who was living on the rooftop of a supermarket in the sign. For over a year, this homeless woman was living in like the Fine Fair sign.
How big of a sign are we talking about?
Big enough. Dude, she had a computer, a printer, a mini desk. She had a fucking Keurig, dude.
Oh, she had a studio apartment. Where was this?
She was in Michigan. She was up there for over a year, dude. They still don't know how she would get up there every day.
Bro, people are going to find a way, man.
And the only reason they found out she was up there is because they seen an extension cord going to the roof. They're like, what is this? Huh. Tug on it, and an HP printer comes out the other end.
They just yank on it like this in like a 19-inch flat screen.
Yeah, how crazy is that? She must have been a savage Fortnite player or something like that. Can you imagine she's streaming up there?
Bro, that's got me thinking. I'm thinking about the signs near me. And if they'd accommodate a party of one and a dog.
That's crazy to me. It's just interesting, right? It's like the fact that how did she get all this? They don't know how she got it all up there. They don't even know how she got up there.
Bro, she probably has some crackhead simp that was boosting her up there every night, just helping her up, letting her like step on his face to get up there.
Yeah.
So
maybe he was living there too, but he wasn't there when they caught him. And like she stays up there all the time, and he just goes out for supplies, and then she lets her hair down.
Yeah, it's like he described it. I was thinking of Walking Dead type of deal.
Yeah,
like they're just up there hiding out, and then he goes out for supplies.
Yeah,
he goes out.
Yeah, it's like that makes her Rapunzel.
Yeah,
except he's bringing crack home. You know?
He's bringing home crack cocaine. He's bringing home crack cocaine and HP printer ink.
Yeah, and a couple of those $5 rotisserie chickens from Costco, which I think is an excellent deal. I was having a conversation about this the other day with somebody. There's no better deal. If you're not doing well financially and you want to save some money and also eat somewhat healthy, then rotisserie chickens for $5, you can't beat that.
Nah, you can't beat that. And you can make a bunch of stuff. You can make like sopa with that.
Yeah, chicken salad.
Yeah, chicken salad. You could just eat it just like that.
When I used to live alone, I used to get them all the time. You
can make a sandwich. Yeah, you know what? I'm about to get some of those actually.
Yeah, do a bird a day keeps the doctor away. That was my thing.
Goddamn right.
It's but yeah, I thought that was super, super, super funny.
All right.
It's just
it reminds me of that. What was it in Japan or something like that? Wasn't in Japan where that woman was living in that guy's crib and he didn't know with some shit, right?
100%. She was living. The woman was living in this guy's. He had like a drop ceiling, and she was like, "No, I'm lying." She was living in his cabinet,
and like the pantry.
Yeah, she was like living in his cabinet, and he would leave, and she would come out and like eat his food, and just go back in it. Which is crazy.
Didn't we talk about how was it even possible that he didn't notice?
Well, what happened was he put a camera in his house and he seen like a video of this girl looking like the chick from The Ring coming out the cabinet.
Oh, nah, bro. First thing I would have done was move. Before I would have been like, there ain't no way there's some chick living in there. This is a ghost. For sure. 100%.
At least Japan doesn't probably have any squatter laws. What's going on over here?
I almost dropped it.
There you go. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Saved it. Yo, just let me panic on my own over here.
Yeah, my
if
bad.
ever that happens.
Nah, I just didn't know if I had to jump out and save you or something like that. I want to make sure you're really grabbing at something and you weren't just having a seizure or something.
I was having some medical emergency.
Yeah, I was getting ready to put an apple in your mouth. Are you kidding me? But listen, for the past 4 weeks, we've been talking about this rap beef going on, the Drake versus the world beef. I think this, the back and forth has kind of come to a conclusion. But now that the dust has settled, I think it's super interesting. Dude, Kendrick Lamar broke the record for the fastest rap song to pass 100 million streams on Spotify. That was previously held by Drake. I think it was, God's Plan.
And what song was it? Was it Not Like Us?
Not Like Us.
Not Like Us.
They not like us. They not like us.
I think that was a very good song to go because of the bounce, because of, there were like challenges online and stuff like that. There were little dance videos that started. I was like, damn, this is going to go. I didn't think it was going to go like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is going to go.
Does this add to Drake's list of successful songs or songs that became incredibly successful, like because of him? Because one of the things that Drake's known for is like having a bunch of number one songs that he's featured on. I think there's like 32 songs that went number one that he jumped on, that he was like featured on.
And most of those artists never had another one.
Exactly, yeah. Like that's exactly what it is. The 32, like that artist's first number one was a song that featured Drake. Shout out to Mark. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Top tier protein, $5 chickens. But does that kind of contribute? Is that like the Drake effect?
Yeah, they call that the Drake curse, don't they? They call that the curse of Drake.
Oh, jeez, it's like being on the cover of Madden?
Yeah, so exactly, something like that. Like after you have Drake on your record, you disappear.
That's not it. I think that you weren't big before him, and then he blew you up, and
you didn't follow up.
You didn't follow up because
you needed to come with it after that. Like all eyes are on you. You need to knock everything out the park for the next 6 months. Like easy.
Exactly.
You need to.
That's why we're not watching Bobby Altoff anymore. Because you can blow people up, but if their content isn't great or isn't captivating, then people won't stick around.
Yeah. I think what hurt her was people started trolling her back, and it got real weird. And I don't think she expected that. I thought she was just going to be, she thinks she was just going to keep it going and just keep doing that smart ass kind of make fun of you type of thing.
Yeah.
And everybody else started doing it back to her. Yeah. Like Sukihana, I think that's kind of what hurt her the most was how bad she trolled her.
I didn't
in
watch
that interview. Oh yeah. But anyways, so the Drake thing. So I do think it's crazy that song with the Kendrick Lamar record went off that much. But I do hear what you're saying. Like the song's about him.
Yeah.
Like the song doesn't happen and it doesn't get this attention. I'm going to be honest here. Not Like Us does not get that attention if it was about any other artist. No. It's not getting that attention if it was about J. Cole. It's not getting that. The reason it got that much attention was because of Drake. Yeah. Because Drake fans went and with their loyalty, they went and also listened to the song to hear what this guy was saying about their beloved Drake. Mm-hmm. And
it wasn't it is a good song.
It is a good song. It's bro, that is a certified hit, bro. That is a hit. So I think we would have to. And I'll be honest with you, I think there's a clear winner in this whole thing. Drop one joint. Metro Boomin, bro. With that beat that he made.
BBL Drizzy?
That BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. I love that shit. It's just hilarious.
Does he have a chokehold on it? Why aren't more people rapping on this? I haven't heard like a fire song with anybody rapping on it.
I think it's going to take off. I actually saw this funny post that I don't know if it was AI or what, but it was Drake rapping over that beat.
Oh my God.
It was Drake rapping over it. And I was like, that would be the ultimate is for him to diss Metro Boomin over that beat and put it out,
I want to get back to this Drake thing, but before we go too far, because we're talking about BBL Drizzy, the beat, and people accusing Drake of getting not a BBL, but getting like lipo and the ab sculpting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How far away are we from like society accepting that from men? Because we not only accept it but encourage it when women do it. But when a man does it, it's like frowned upon. When Bandman Kevo got the lipo and did the body sculpting and came out of there looking jacked, everybody was like, they discredited him because he didn't work for it. And it's like, oh, this or that. Everybody hated on him. Like how soon before the tide starts to change, and it becomes like acceptable for men to do that?
I don't know if it ever will, because I don't even think that we encourage women to get it. I think they do that to themselves.
But it's not frowned upon.
And no, it's not frowned upon, but if you ask any man if he prefers a woman that's natural or a woman that's getting surgery, he's like, nah, natural woman. I'd rather a woman that was a little heavier but was natural. I'd rather a woman that's a little, my whatever, but she's natural. It's like, that's better. You know what I'm saying?
We might say that, but what's on TV, what's on the music videos, what's on all these corn videos, it's all like modified women. They're all modified. Even when you hear about like trending in music, they rap about it. If she wants titties, I pay for them. It's like, it's not, and even the BBLs is a huge thing now.
Yeah, but no, I don't see anybody that says a BBL looks good or is good, or I don't ever see that. I just see women saying that about themselves. Women don't even say it about other women. The only people I see that really embrace this whole surgery thing is the woman that got surgery on herself.
I get exactly. I see
because they hate on other women. Like, oh my God, she looks so fake. That looks so fake. Her face looks so weird.
I get what you're saying because I'm not personally into it.
It's like they're making us try. They're trying to make us believe that we want to see this and that this should be happening, but nobody's falling for it. But they keep pushing it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Nobody likes them hard, immobile titties. Who wants that?
Nah, I don't want that shit.
Who wants those hard tennis ball? When they try to go bigger than their skin will allow?
Yeah.
And the skin is just pinning that shit down.
Yeah, dude, that shit looks like it's built for speed. It looks like they put that bitch in a wind tunnel before she hits the streets.
For real, bro. Yo, nobody wants to see that, bro. Nobody, I don't know. It's just how I feel. Going
back, because I did want to follow back up with the Drake thing, the Drake effect. We were talking about this new artist that kind of emerged out of nowhere. And we were kind of talking about, speaking of Bobby Altoff and the Drake effect, this guy, 4Bats.
4Bats. This is interesting because he just dropped an album, bro. Yo, shout out to Surrender K. What's up in the chat? That guy, 4Bats. So if anybody doesn't know, and you may not know, because in my opinion, this is a possible plant.
Yeah.
Situation. So this guy, 4Bats, given he could have been grinding forever. I mean, you even said this off air. You're like, yo, if one day the right person sees the podcast or something like that and it blows up, it's going to look like we're overnight as well. It's going to look that way.
Yeah, to some people it's going to look like we're overnight. I think we do have an archive that proves that we're not overnight. But it's like, guys like 4Bat, I think that, I don't cut you. I'll say what I'm going to say.
No, go ahead.
But I think there's two different things that go on. There's like guys like 4Bat and there's guys like Lil Mabu. You ever seen him?
I don't think so.
He's like that college kid that has records with like NBA YoungBoy and stuff like that. But everybody says that like all of his clout that he's getting is because he's paying all these people. And he's like paying them to be on songs and he's paying them to hang out with them. And that's how he's developed this like huge persona by having all these people around him. But he doesn't have any like solo tracks and he doesn't really have like this, that his following is essentially all like created by manipulation.
I got you.
Because because either him or his parents are financially sound and he can pay to have. It would be like if you and I had all this money and we could pay people like Rogan or this person or that person to come on here every day, and it generates this big buzz, not necessarily because we're producing excellent content, but because we have enough money to bring on people who are going to, make a huge bang. Similar to the way the Nelk Boys did when the Nelk Boys podcast first came out. The podcast, while it has developed into something really good, it started off as something that was just dog shit, but blew up because of all the clout that they had and all the celebrities that they could bring in. It kind of, they had Khabib on there. They had Justin Gagey on there. They had I guess Justin Gagey is not enormous, but they had other people on there that were enormous that they just got because they were either their friends or because their platform already existed.
Yeah, but that's been happening forever. That's how every artist gets on. Like that's how Drake got on. That's how every artist gets on is you pay people for features. You pay them to be featured on your record. You pay them more to be in your video. Like that's how pretty much it's always been done.
But Drake had good songs already. Before he was even with like Young Money, like he had good songs. His mixtapes that were coming out were good, was good music and people liked him.
Yeah, but because he was paying for, he was paying. That's what you do. You invest. It's investing in your business. You are a business. So what he was doing was paying certain people. I mean, there's a lot of speculation that Daylight was writing a lot of his rhymes, that he had ghostwriters at the time, that, also paying Trey Songz to be on that record with him. That was when his early record, he wasn't even with Young Money yet. And he paid Trey Songz to be on a record with him, and he paid him to be in the video. And if you see it, it's like an awkward early video for an artist, like an emerging artist.
I definitely think that it's necessary to do that to a certain extent, but I think that what differentiates like Drake from the artist that I think like that I don't like it is that Drake went on to still have solo huge enormous records. Like, especially like, the Nelk Boys. The Nelk Boys have improved. Their podcast is significantly better. It seems like they've done a lot more. They're doing a lot more due diligence when they're on their guests, so on and so forth. Like, if you developed into this amazing artist and you pay people to get on, like, that's not a huge deal to me.
Yeah, no, I agree, because that's the idea. If you are good and pay, you're paying so that people look now.
Exactly.
And then like, damn, he's good. That's why you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that sucks, it would not be a good idea for them to invest $500,000 in a Drake feature. Like, you're not going to do shit after that.
Yeah, like if I want to start rapping tomorrow and I got $1 million out of nowhere, it wouldn't be smart for me to get Drake to hop on a track.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't even do it for $1 million. He's probably commanding a higher price than that. I mean, it's got like Ludacris is like $250K for a verse or some shit.
Luda?
Yeah, some of these guys, they're a lot of money. You see people sometimes will out it, like up and coming artists will contact people and then like out the email from the manager or something and be like, this guy I remember I knew a dude, bro, when I'm talking about like, damn, K is in here. Yo, K, if you're still in here, man, you could jump in and verify this. We knew dudes that were paying guys for features like back in the day. I'm talking about like 2004, 2006. 2008, like around that time, like, dude, people were paying. I remember this dude we knew, he got back then, bro, he got in touch with Jeezy's people.
Snowman.
Jeezy wanted 80 racks for 16 bars. $80,000, bro. But it was possible to get in touch with people. Like, it was possible. You could, if you had the money and you could prove you had the money, you can sit down at the table and talk to them. But this dude, Four Bats, the reason I'm saying this is like, it's weird because it strikes me as it's not adding up to me. You know what I mean? It's like the math's not mathing. You know what I mean? It appears that he's by him, that he came out of nowhere. But again, I don't know what his history is. But he had no music out. All of a sudden, there's like 5 songs online, and they all have millions of plays. And then there's like major artist random features on like a part 2 of that record. Which was weird to me because he didn't have a following or anything like that. He didn't have any, or at least as far as I know, again, this is just, it just seems that way. And now he just, like, everybody starts talking about it. He just dropped an album and it's got Kanye on it.
No.
Yeah. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, Kanye is on his album. Like, it's just weird to me. The guy came out of nowhere. Nobody knows who he is, but he's got records with Drake. He's got records with Kanye. And he's pretty regular. He's like all these guys. He sounds like Black. Black? But it's that new age kind of R&B shit. Like the auto-tuned hood kind of thing. Like the Bryson Tiller type of, but he's a little more trappish and he can really sing. I mean, this kid sounds like he possibly can sing. But it's one of those artists where they take his voice and they pitch it up like Tory Lanez.
Like, I was literally waiting to get a break to say his name. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like that's what they did. They just like pitched it up. Have you heard any of it? This kid, Four Bats?
No. But he's giving me like Tory Lanez or even Troy Ave.
Okay, he doesn't rap though, this kid. He's like a singer type of thing. He looks like a rapper, but so I don't really know where he came from. It just seems weird to me. And I'm going to see because I was listening to his album before because the music's pretty good. I mean, the music it's what I thought it would be. But look, this shit just dropped and it's got bro, what? Act 1 has 9.9 million plays on it.
9.9
Act 2,
million
22
plays? million.
Act 3, these are the names of the records on the songs on the album. Act 3, 7.2 million.
Is this guy big in Japan or something?
I don't know, man. The other ones are all it's an 11-track album, and it just makes me wonder like where these people are coming from. Sometimes I think this is labels that are realizing that they can make anybody popular. Labels now understand that they can make anybody popular. with the same formula. Like you just take them, because now Russ exposed the whole thing with the streaming. We talked about that, how they inflate streaming, they pay to increase the numbers and stuff like that. So all you have to do is just fake a few million streams on an artist overnight, and he's touring, and you're making, $200 million gross from a tour, from an artist that you just put out today.
Or get one of your other artists to jump on a record. We talked about this before, kind of like what's currently going on with Sexy Red and Drake kind of aligning with her. Like that relationship is super fucking weird, and it seems like disingenuous. And it's like, are you just trying to force feed us this disgusting bitch? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, yo, I think I don't know if I had said this to you earlier, but I feel like this is almost like Drake has some kind of deal he signs artists to, or signs people in show business to, because at this point he's King Midas. Like anybody he touches is gold. Like they're gone. Anything that he says, I mean, you put them on stake. I would like to see the difference in stakes value, like their valuation of their company, Stake the gambling company, before and after they got aligned with Drake.
They got enough money to own Kick that probably makes no money.
Yeah,
it's probably just hemorrhaging money.
Yeah, see that's the kind of stuff. Like, so I wouldn't doubt if there's something like, like Drake or somebody that's Drake is in business with, when they sign an artist to some kind of deal, management deal, publishing deal, distribution deal, whatever, and then just have Drake seen in public with them. Dude, all you got to do is be seen like at a Louis Vuitton store with Drake, and you're famous. You're famous. You have a #1 record if you do that. It's like, it's crazy.
But dude, I hate commercials, right? That's essentially what this is. They're just tricking us into liking stuff. It's like when you go on Netflix and you see Cat Williams' comedy special is #1 for the past like 2 weeks, and you're just like, that's not possible.
Who told you that? Who's been telling you that for years?
You've been saying it for a long time. But what I'm saying is that I don't like it, right? Because it puts us in this place where now I can't trust Netflix. I can't trust that you're going to put what's really trending up. You're going to put up whoever's paying you or whatever aligns best with like what Netflix's agenda is. I know there's shows that do creep through the cracks. Like I think that Baby Reindeer was one of them. That was like an independent show that
sometimes the people are too loud to ignore.
Exactly.
Like,
and I think that's what we should be watching. Right. And the same thing with music. It's like there's no reason why, when you're listening to Hot 97 and I said this before, but when you listen to Hot 97 and you go to 105.1 if you're in New York and the same song is playing, there are hundreds of millions of songs. There are millions of songs that come out every single day. Yeah. Why are we only listening to like 12 of them at a time?
Because those are the people paying them.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah.
Like how come we as a society accept this? Why do we accept that we're not getting the best?
I mean, it's simple. It's they have a business. That's a business model. That's what they do. I mean, that's why there's a lot of people that do ad reads for shitty brands, shitty products, stuff like that. But, it pays short-term money. But I think it hurts in the long run. Like, Netflix, I'm sure that their top 10 started as a true top 10.
Yeah.
That concept hatched out of a board meeting with intentions to play the top 10. Like, this would be great, blah, blah. But then eventually, you get offered the right amount of money. Eventually, Warner Brothers is like, listen, so we want to do this kind of collaborative deal. Yeah. We want to do a movie. We want to release it on Netflix exclusively, but it's got to be #1 on the top 10. And like, we don't work that way. They're like, here's $50 million.
Yeah. Or it's like tax season, and they need $50 million to pay off their taxes, and this guy comes through with 65.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
There you go.
You know what I want? I want a live viewer count. I want an accurate one. I want an accurate live viewer count of like how many people are currently watching this.
Dude,
how many people are currently watching it? I feel like YouTube isn't necessarily like that. I feel like YouTube is still, and maybe I'm naive, but I feel like YouTube is still, generate like powered by the people.
Well, that's because you pay, as do I, to not have ads. But we run ads ourselves. We've run ads ourselves. Like people are running ads literally that are popping up and looking like they're in your like they're in your recommended.
Yeah.
But really, it's an ad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With a small little thing underneath it that says sponsored.
Yeah, exactly. So, they're sneaking them in there. It's just you and I pay to avoid that.
Yeah.
We're paying, we're replacing the ad revenue with our revenue.
Yeah.
We're paying them.
No, you're right. I just recently canceled my Reddit premium just this month. It hasn't ended yet, but I'm curious because it's like it really isn't. It's no ads, but I'm curious if I'm gonna hate it when I get on Reddit and I see ads again. If I'm gonna turn it back on.
Yeah.
They changed a lot of things to it that kind of made it crabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's no more. It's like certain features that made Reddit Premium not worth it, but other features that you would get, they kind of disabled, and it's just like the only thing you get essentially now are like access to places that I don't care about, like a members lounge. I'm not here to talk to anybody or make friends. I want to read like funny articles, and I want to read about like things that I'm interested in.
Yeah, that's definitely not for your demographic.
No,
absolutely not. That's the guys that have like 4 OnlyFans they pay for are in that Reddit.
Yeah, they're in the members lounge. I do like I like the no ads. Which hey, listen, I might go back next month. I might go on there and see like 3 ads and be like, you know what? Nope, because man, I hate ads. I hate ads. I hate commercials. I hate anybody trying to get on. Nothing will make me not want to buy your product than you trying to convince me to buy it.
Yeah, this guy is so funny. We have a business that we're trying to do, right?
No, I get it.
This is something that we have to partake in.
No, but I do believe that if somebody is pushing a product that people genuinely enjoy, there's a difference in somebody brainwashing somebody, using like every bit of science that they could use to manipulate you into believing that you need this or that you have to buy this. You and I aren't releasing a product it's like a tangible product that you have to buy. Like, I don't think that you and I are trying to get people to buy ShamWows.
No, we're definitely not. That's for sure. But if I had the money to brainwash everybody into thinking this is the greatest podcast that's ever existed, I would. I might do it.
If I could join the evil forces, I would. But we just haven't been invited yet. So it's fuck them until they call us.
That's it.
Next topic. I wanted to touch on this. I have no idea what time it is. All right, good. We got 9 minutes. One of the things I wanted to talk about was this about this Nashville police officer who participated in this OnlyFans. Like, I don't know if it was a TikTok, because I don't know what they allow on TikTok, but it was like a TikTok style video, like a real style video, where the woman gets pulled over and she looks at the camera and says, like, I'm going to get away with this. The cop comes up. She exposes her breasts to this police officer.
To avoid a ticket?
To avoid a ticket. He cops a very... it wasn't an aggressive feel, but it was one of passion. He gets a passionate feel on what appeared to be very supple breast. And
I actually saw this as well. Yeah. And he turned the volume up on that puppy a little bit.
Oh, no, 100%. He was tuning into Tokyo for sure. Whatever it is, he got to the right frequency immediately. It was very impressive. It wasn't the first breast of this kind that this man has grabbed. He had very, very, very good form. It didn't look like he was like really hurting her, but it looked like he was getting a right enough grip that they were both enjoying it. And it was a skit. It wasn't real. But where this guy messed up is that he really is a cop, and he was really in his uniform, and he really got fired because of this.
Yeah, you could tell it was a cop, dude. That was the real utility belt with the scuffs on it and the scrapes on it and everything where it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, this looks legit. It definitely looks legit, but damn. But so how'd they find out it was him?
When he like reaches in to the car to grab said breastises, you can kind of see the bottom of one of the patches on his arm that illustrate like the police department.
Oh no, it identified the department.
Yeah, poor guy.
Oh, what a dummy.
I do think that he's an idiot. Like, I can't argue too bad that he shouldn't have been fired for this. I want to say bring this guy back.
Dude,
but you can't
argue that he shouldn't have been fired for that. Number one, everyone was a willing participant. Number two, so you mean to tell me if he would have shot her, he'd have been on like administrative leave.
He would have still been getting paid. He would have been home.
He'd still be getting paid.
Yeah, if he would have shot her, he would have been home still getting paid.
Internal investigation, you know what I mean? He'd still get his pension and everything. Yeah. But come on, man. Everybody in there was,
A willing
There was
participant.
a camera person in the car.
Yeah, a gentleman who's probably her significant other, and he was down with
Probably.
it too. And where's the crime here? That she has perfectly tanned?
I think the only crime is that they didn't drop the at. I think that's the only crime that was committed here.
You know what's crazy is that this girl's OnlyFans is going to blow up as a result of this.
Oh, 100%.
She's going to continue
What she
making
should
millions
do
of dollars.
is pay that cop.
She should pay a salary for the next couple of
She
years.
should give him a lump sum. Be like, I'm sorry that happened. Here's 100,000 of my earnings or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's what she should do because she is going to make a ton of money as a direct result of that video.
Yeah, 100%.
As a
And then
direct result.
This guy, he's not going to become an OnlyFans model.
No, he's not.
He probably enjoyed his job and doesn't know much else besides that job, right? Because, and it's not discredit him, it's everybody who's deep into their career.
Yeah.
You begin to kind of fall, all the other stuff kind of falls off. Like this guy's been, let's just say, arguably, he's been a cop for 7 years. He's not as good as retail as he was 7 years ago when he got out of his last retail job,
Yeah.
or whatever other job he did. So it's that's going to be life-changing for this dude.
You know what I'm thinking about? Did he have a wedding ring on?
I don't know. I didn't see.
I'm wondering. I'm like, because if this guy was married too, I'm like, this stupid woman ruined his life. Yo, why does the guy's life always fall apart with the freak off? Why does the freak off always run free and the dude's life falls apart? Why is that? Why does that get to happen?
Because it was a skit, I don't think that was like a thing, like a factor. If he was just out here grabbing supple breasts without a skit being formed, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what, too, though? 30 years ago, this wasn't a problem. 30 years ago, if you had excellent breasts and you wanted to get yourself out of a ticket and allow this man to consensually grab your supple breasts, it wouldn't have been a big deal because nobody would have known about it. It would have been a story. It would have maybe went around the department. You would have got a bunch of high fives and you would have went home and maybe you would have got like Officer of the Year or something like that. Maybe not because of the grab, but because of other, accolades that you got throughout the year.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good point.
The cameras, bro. The cameras and the need to show everybody everything you're doing and the need to one-up everything. We're only getting crazier and crazier with all these stunts we're doing. It's like the weed that comes out nowadays. Dude, the cannabis that's coming out is not going to they're not going to stop making it stronger until they fucking kill somebody.
Bro, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
What if this guy drops a cop OnlyFans? Or he starts doing these cop videos with these OnlyFans girls? He needs to start a business. He needs to start his own, and every one of his videos starts waist height at the window of the cop car.
Yeah.
Bro, right there, he might have to do it. He might have to lean into this thing. He might have to. I'd be like, listen, you know what? Collab.
Only thing is that you need a hammer, bro. There's a prerequisite to getting into that game. You gotta have a fucking martillo on you.
I'll tell you what, the way that guy grabbed them things,
yeah.
I'm not thinking that he's swinging a wiffle bat. You know what I'm saying?
It is the way that was a large hand that palm.
It was just confidence in that grip. You know what I'm saying? That was a guy that wasn't like, 40-year-old Virgil and he's like, like a bag of sand.
Nah, that's not the
that
first
guy
breast
knew
he
where
grabbed.
the prize was, went right for the prize.
Yeah, dude, the way he grabbed his joint afterwards. The guy was, so for the people who haven't seen the video, the guy
can we put a link in the description or will that get us flagged?
We can put it in our Discord.
All right, we'll put it in the Discord. We're going to put the link to this video in the Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. Go ahead.
Dude, the guy grabs her breast, like he goes to walk away, and right before he walks away, he just grabs his fucking meat and just kind of gives it a good tug. The old tug of accomplishment. The old, it's like an acknowledgement. It's like, have a nice day.
Yeah, there was nobody there to give a pound to give a dap to. Mm-hmm. So he himself a dap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, if you were a cowboy and you had a grip like that, it was revered around town. They knew about you. You developed something like that. It wasn't given to you.
And now here we go. They just expect a guy like that, keep everything in the sheath. You know what I mean?
That's what
unbelievable.
Society.
But what else you got in that little book of sonnets?
Let's see what I got in my book of sonnets. We talked about that. I got a whole page on this bitch living in a sign above the supermarket. You talked about the Knicks?
Yes, talk about the Knicks. Let's go, baby. Tip off, couple minutes away.
We got 2 minutes left.
8 p.m.
And I talked about everything I want to talk about.
Talk about everything you want to talk about? All right, so let's take us out of here. Guys, we appreciate everybody. You know what next week is.
Episode 200.
Episode 200 is next week. So make sure you guys tune in. We're going to see. I'm going to see what guests we can get. Come on here.
Maybe we do multiple guests. Maybe we do it in singlets.
Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll see what's up. Maybe we're going to do a little 200. Damn, episode 200. Man, we got some people. We got a list of people we need to reach out to.
What can we do 200 of for episode 200? Like, you can't do 200 shots.
Can't do 200 shots. Can't do 200.
We're going to have to think about this.
200 push-ups is a no-go.
You could definitely do 200 push-ups in an hour.
Yeah, in an hour you could. You want? That's all we'll be doing. There'll be no podcast.
No, 100% you could bang out, 20 clips.
Yeah, but
30. Yeah, an hour.
bro, it's a lot. Both of us to do it.
We do 100, like 100%.
Well, if that's all we were doing, fine, we could do it. But with talking and the mics and shit and trying to do a show, there'll be nobody to talk. Maybe we'll have Twiz come back for the 200th episode.
That'd be nice.
We'll see what's up, right?
Twiz coming back in general is a positive.
That's it. But anyway, so we'll get back to that, guys. So Mastodon Podcast, episode 199. Next week is episode 200. Make sure that you guys tune in to that episode. We're going to be live Tuesday, 7 p.m., and we're going to try to do something a little special for you guys. So in the meantime, catch up on previous episodes under the live tab so you guys can check all the episodes that we have previously. Make sure that if you can't watch the audio version, if you can't participate in the live or watch the audio version after we post it, make sure that you watch or listen to us. Matter of fact, listen on all audio podcast listening platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio, your favorite audio podcast listening platform. And if you don't find us on that one, Birdo!
Join the Discord. Join the Discord and harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform.
That's what we got, guys. We appreciate you guys. Mastodon Podcast, episode 199. Tune in next week.
Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go, Nick.